This nigga Joe Budden, man. You know, one time my wife broke it down for me. She was like, Joe Budden is y'all's version, meaning y'all as in men. He's y'all's Mary J. Blige. Now, I thought about it for a second. It actually made sense. Like, it made perfect sense. The way women use, Mary's music to get through a lot of hard times, especially with relationships. I got to be honest, man. Like, Joe, his music has gotten me through a lot of hard shit. Like, just life, relationships. I love his music. You know what I'm saying? He's dope as hell as a rapper. But he ain't shit as a person, man. This dude is a jerk. Let's just be honest, man. This dude is a straight up jerk. And like I said, his music has helped me through a lot of hard times, and I got records of his that I still go back to this day. But this dude is a jerk, man. That shit he pulled on the air, when he fired Rory and Mal, that shit wasn't cool, man. That shit was not cool. It ain't even about the fact that they got fired or, they lost their job or whatever, for whatever reason. But to try to humiliate them dudes on air, that shit wasn't cool. And y'all, it's like such a long list of examples this dude keeps giving. Like, none of his relationships work. And that's no knock, because, we've all been in multiple relationships. But with this dude, it just seems to be a pattern. Like, none of his relationships work. He gets in Slaughterhouse, one of the dopest hip-hop groups ever. That didn't last. And who was the common denominator? Joe. Like, this dude is just a jerk, straight up. That's the catch with social media. Because back in the day, celebrities could get away with murder. Like, they could be, when the camera was on, they could be one person. And when they talking to, magazines for interviews, they could put on this big front and then just be the jerk that they are off camera. And when they not doing the interview. But see, now with social media, you get exposed quick. And a lot of times they expose their damn self. But you can't really hide it no more these days. So all these celebrities, Chrissy Teigen, for example, we finding out who they really are. So Joe is that's just who he is, man. He been showing us for years. This dude is just a jerk, man. He really is. It's like, it's an old saying that says the worst thing you could do is to meet your heroes. And I'm not saying he's a hero of mine, but just people as celebrities and artists that you admire, sometimes that's the worst thing you can do, is to meet them. And again, while we don't get to meet them in person, social media allows us to meet them, so to speak, like, as to who they are, to find out who they really are. And like, Joe is a dope ass rapper. I'll give y'all an example. Joe is a dope ass rapper, right? I'll use 2 Chainz for an example. Now, don't at me, don't kill me for this, but this is my opinion. I think Joe is a better rapper than 2 Chainz. Just bar for bar, lyrically, he's a better rapper than 2 Chainz. Now, 2 Chainz is a bigger star for the right reasons, because Joe ain't famous for the right reasons. 2 Chainz is famous because of who he is, because of his music, because he's got way more hits than Joe Budden. Joe Budden ain't really got no hits. But if you was to ask me who would I rather hang out with between Joe and 2 Chainz, I ain't even got to think about it, because 2 Chainz seem like he cool as hell. Like, I like 2 Chainz more as a person. Now, I never met neither one of them. I'm just talking about what comes across. I don't hear a lot of bullshit about 2 Chainz, and 2 Chainz just seem like he is cool as hell. Joe, I ain't hanging out with Joe, man, because we gonna end up scrapping, because you just never know what you gonna get. One minute he cool with you, the next minute, he might try to throw you out the car. Like, the dude is he ain't rap too tight, man. This dude is really a jerk, and it's just time we all just call it what it is.